Haishtima. Hey. Peace. It is I. This is a crossroads for those who are able to respond to the incoming energy, who are able to respond to this level of light, this level of power. This is why we had given the tools for those to practice, to give attention to these pieces of oneself that are kept at bay due to the blocking in the vessel itself. Those who have prepared the way will feel this presence more and more in their lives. And these energies will trigger those who have resisted the frequency of love or have clearly made the choice to remain smaller than they are, smaller than their true nature, limited in their understanding because of this. And as we have given many times, this is an acceptable choice, for they have this level of free will to choose. How they want to live their lives, in what context they choose to live their lives. The great unknown, as it has been referred to in your past, is at your door. And it is fear of the unknown that has kept humanity in fear. If one is not willing to step out of the given bounds because of fear, that is your statement. That is your choice to do so. On the other hand, those who have had the touchings, the divine touchings, the experience of knowing that there is absolute love, absolute joy, wisdom, power, that you absorb from this light. It is time for you to step into this more visibly. You will create a collective of humans who have known all along that their intention for this life was not to settle in for another grand cycle of limitation, but to rise above it, to transcend it. There are so many ways to frame this. Even your religions have framed this to some extent with the revelations and ascension above the old and rising into reconnection with their Savior. So you see, there will always be distortions and confusion when one is simply buying into a story, someone else's story, what someone else has given you to believe. All of these stories will lead you back in to another grand cycle. It is when one restores it within their own consciousness, invites it, so that one becomes connected again on a universal level, multiversal level of awareness. It is through your active choice and invitation. For this great unknown to meet you. And this is one of the greatest challenges at this timing for most. To stay present long enough to receive the message that you have the power to transform your life and your entire being in relation to the multiverse. It is within you this power to do so. And if one cannot accept this grace and power at their core, then it is very simple. That power is given to others who are more than happy to provide context for you that is comfortable enough to continue to usurp that grace and power at your core. So you are unconsciously giving this to others because of your fear. Another choice is to meet this fear consciously. Choose to become aware of what makes your eyes glaze over or what makes you turn away from any kind of data or information that would help you to rise above, to consciously rise above the containment. We have, as we have stated, we have given tools to assist humanity in connecting, reconnecting with their emotional nature, for this is key. And there are many of you who are highly intelligent in your ability to logically reason and compare and analyze and report on these deeper studies. This will only take you so far, as valuable as it is, as a step across the bridge to full remembrance of all that you are connected to. It is vital on the stepping stones to this remembrance. And it is important that those who focused mainly on putting pieces together in this way, it is important that they feel the invitation to, after having served in creating these stepping stones, it is important that they know they are welcome into this wave of love that rushes into and transforms human consciousness to its natural state, its divine state. There are many of you incarnated at this time. As we have stated many times before, you did have the intention to awaken, and you had help from the other side, as you say, although it is simply just another portion of your consciousness that was cordoned off, that breaks through in these phenomenological ways so that you may have a direct experience of something that fills your being with feelings. And because it is judged and shamed, there is an opportunity for the individual consciousness in this way to choose to break out of the systems that they have been confined within, that their consciousness has been confined within. It takes great courage. It takes a willingness to be bold. It takes a willingness to heal so that the vessel may be open in this crossroads. So that there is nothing blocking, or very little that blocks, this incoming light. If the light is blocked, it cannot be absorbed. And this is your veil. This is your wall. And in so much of your New Age material, you have been told to look outside and look up to the heavens, and that's where the veil is. And all of your attention on your flying spaceships, everything out there, outside. This is not reliable data, for it is all projection of your own consciousness, whether that be individual or collective. One can generate whatever it is that they are projecting onto the screen. These we like to refer to more as synchronicities. If the consciousness is restored from within, from the universal consciousness, let us say, in alignment and resonance with the field, then what you see in the outer world is simply a synchronous response to what you already know within. Where humans are getting reversed and have been reversed for thousands and thousands of years, is they are attempting to retrieve their data from the outer world to validate a belief. If one is willing to meet these aspects of their own consciousness that resonate with other benevolent consciousness, at this timing, these connections can occur in an accelerated fashion. So you are absolutely not the only intelligent life form in this universe or the multiverse. You are simply turned around. This true connection occurs within. And one must at least have a certain level of curiosity and commitment in meeting this consciousness within. And then to let go of any expectations of anything arriving in your outer projected screen world that then becomes the foundational data for your studies. The foundational data is within your own consciousness. Everything that occurs in the outer world is symbolic of this. And this is when the synchronicities can occur. So the more that you anchor the truth and align with the truth of this shared field of consciousness, cosmic consciousness, universal consciousness, the more that you can found your identity in this, the more that you will see this displayed in your outer world in ways that support and resonate with the embodiment. This is the reversal that we have spoken of many times. The full reversal from outer focus to inner focus. It is not that these physical realms go away. It is that you restore your natural connection to these dimensions. You are mostly experiencing at this time, and have been, a very unnatural relationship with your environment. And because this reversal was successful, you are off balance, you are barely embodied, let us say. There's only a very small portion of who you actually are functioning within you until you turn within and call it forth. This is how you transcend this chaos in your outer world, this transformational time. You may transform in the ways you always have, by losing the body and recycling back into these grand cycles. And you refer to this as reincarnation. Or you may transcend the cycle entirely. So, how does one encourage? How does one encourage from this context that we speak from, the field? What does it take to reach humanity? What does it take to restore your memory of who you are fully? And for each, that will look differently. Some will have shared experiences of what this looks like. Many of you intended to restore this in this lifetime. And you are. And we speak to you. For naturally, when you embody this, you help to break that spell within the smaller context. This is energetically how it works, how healing works. It is how healing with light, data, and sound works. It can literally bring down walls. Those walls that have been in place in collective consciousness for humanity for many cycles of time. And it does not matter what your human identity is and what your circumstances are. Any soul can choose this at any time. No matter the judgments and the shame that has been inflicted upon you, no matter the poor choices that you might have made for your health and well-being and for the health and well-being of others, any soul can walk into this crossroads and choose differently. That is what we are saying about how powerful these restorative energies are. Understand that when you choose to stay in the vibration of what you have been residing within and cycling within, Understand that this is unknown as well. You do not know what will happen next in your current reality show. There are hopes and wishes projected upon what might happen next, but you do not know. Equally, you do not know what would happen if you chose to consciously engage with your Creator, with the field, with universal love, to commit to it and participate, engage, create a dialogue, a conscious dialogue that will help you to unravel and heal. So you see, from your perspective, from your context, it is a roll of the dice, either way. So do you surrender to grace? Or do you surrender to other human beings who continuously lie to you to keep you where you are? Because it is what you are familiar with, it is what you know. So we have used this analogy before, that it is exactly like sitting in a prison cell where the door has been unlocked and open, but you cannot perceive that it is so. And you choose to remain in the smallness and the limitation and the crowded environment of other wounded souls. In the past, you have simply survived and returned and survived again. There is more for you to remember. There is more for you to embrace. There is more for you to embody now. And while this is what many would call crazy, these words, these messages, understand that you are so immersed in crazy that that's all you see. You can break this cycle. You can awaken out of the repetition of limitation. Choose love. Choose a conscious connection with your Creator, not the one given to you by your human handlers, but the one that is in your own heart and your own belly, at your core. And this is the one calling out to you now. And it is up to you how you will respond to it. You may dismiss it as crazy and then turn back in the direction of the demonstrated crazy that you have been living in. Turning in the direction of expansion will always lead you to more understanding, more healing, more expansion. Your mind will not be able to figure things out. Your mind will not be able to inform you anymore. And that is who you have been reliant upon. Your mind, the egoic perspective, does not understand these things. It was not designed to. It was designed to support your universal consciousness while in form on earth. You have made it the director. You have accepted it as the director of your life. And it is in alignment with your virtual systems. It serves those who manage you in this current limited system. It has been hijacked, if you will, to do so. So in reality, you may negotiate the release of your past director and reassign this past director to serve in love and in heart consciousness, whole consciousness. It has been the director of fragmented consciousness. If you choose to remain a fragment, this hierarchy will continue both within and in your outer world. If you choose to be whole, if you choose to remember fully who you are, then it will fall into the service that it was designed to do. It is a reorientation of your consciousness. And when human beings begin to embody, welcome this, and restore this whole consciousness, and act from this foundational place, the power to heal and transform and to break the spell grows by the second when more and more move in this direction. These attempts to maintain control right now in your historical timeline, at this timing, at the close of 2019, there are several factions or groups who are fighting for control over you. None of these scenarios will be pleasant for those who choose to remain smaller than your original source creator designed you to be. So again, be willing to simply choose love and trust in this grace at your core. And in order to resonate with that grace, one must be willing to release all the lies compounded and piled up on old wounding and trauma from earlier in your lives. Heal now. This can be done far more rapidly than you imagine. You are in accelerated times with very high frequency light and sound energies permeating you. So all you have to do is turn in the direction of the light and say, I choose the light, I choose love. I don't understand anything anymore. I don't know what life is. I don't know who I am. I do not know my place here. Please inform me. I'm willing to heal. I'm willing to release and open this vessel so that I may understand what love is. And be it. And transform this world. We realize that we have been very repetitive with these messages over the years. We are here now. Everything that came before was about now. This work through this particular human was all preparation for this crossroads. You are here now. What will you choose? Will you come online with the universe? Will you come online with the truth? Will you allow the reorientation to take place? Which unknown will you choose? The more that you can feel, and the more that you embrace your feeling nature, the greater your prospects for fully remembering and transforming your consciousness as well as those around you. You will light up, remember, and those around you cannot help but change too. It is fuel for the transformation. So, from this voice, we do not say that one is better than the other. We are simply outlining what the choices are at this timing. Fullness, fulfillment, power, presence, service, joy, beauty, ever expanding. Or staying where you are, turning back to the prison cell, holding your wrists out for the handcuffs. Because there is some unconscious loyalty to your handlers. And that is all right. But just know that this doorway is open now. And you may meet your Maker now, while in form. And transform your consciousness in ways that are indescribable with language. It is an experience. The more that you are willing to directly experience love, the more understanding will come through the data that arrives in that love. You see? Far more information comes to you in this field than what you are receiving inside your prison cell. And you can be inside the cell and receive the data and the guidance that will help you to transcend the cell where the bars disappear. Because you have chosen to be a part of that light. That transcends all. Nothing can survive that light that is not moving with it and expanding with it. It falls back into the nothingness. Or if there are enough humans that choose to continue to experience limitation, then it will continue because it is your energy that keeps creating it. It is your attention, your willingness to give your power away that perpetuates it. So immerse yourself in this love. Allow it to permeate you and absorb it. Absorb the data within it. And you will transform. And remember. And help others remember too. And we thank you for that service. Good day.